welcome to another lawnfawn video. Today we are introducing our new set, Year 9, and its coordinating dies, so let's go ahead and check it out. So first up, we have this awesome taco, and I love this taco so much, and it's got some great accessories. So we have a cute little party hat, and we also have a birthday candle. There's also a little stamp in this that you can stamp onto the taco shell to have it look like the little kind of corn pieces in the taco shell. You can stamp it all around in there. It also looks really cute as confetti for kind of a birthday look. And we have a really great smiley face sized perfectly for the taco. And we have a stamp that helps you put the little rosy cheeks on the face. So you can see you can put them right on either side of the smile and stamp those right there to be little rosy cheeks. This set has a great sentiment. So we have Let's Talk About, and then your birthday. We also can do Let's Talk About It, and so you could put other sentiments with it like thank you or thinking of you or hello. We also have an exclamation point that you can add to the ends of the phrases. So this set is called Year 9 because it's in celebration of Lawnfawn's 9th birthday. So we always do a birthday set every year. We have Year 1 all the way through Year 9. One of my favorites is Year 2 because we forgot to do it since we were such a new company that we did a belated birthday version in Year 3 for Year 2, which always makes me smile. And so this one's Year 9 because we love tacos, and I can't think of anything better than some birthday tacos, and I think it's so cute to have the little candle in the taco. You can see there for the taco shell, to give it some texture, I used little tiny dots with my markers in different shades of yellow and a really light shade of brown. I think that looks really great. There I'm coloring in some onions and then the taco meat there at the bottom. And we're going to be coloring in that party hat in a rainbow order there, which I think looks super cute and really goes along with all of the fun colors inside the taco shell. These are the coordinating dies, which you can bend apart at the tabs, or you can use your wire snips to separate them. We're going to take that die and line it up with our stamped image, and we can hold it in place with some low-tack tape. In this case, I'm using some Post-it note tape. Then we can take all of these dies and we can run them through our die cut machine, and you'll see that they're going to cut out these adorable little images. And there's nothing like seeing that cute little die cut taco. So here you can see the images from this sweet mini set, and then how you can layer these images. So you can take that party hat and put it right on top of the taco, or use the party hat for other characters in your cards, and also this great little birthday candle, and you can see just how cute that looks in the taco. So first we're going to be creating a card by Audrey, and this is using one of my oldie but goodie favorites, Gingham Backdrops. And so we're going to be stamping that in some lobster ink onto a white stitched rectangle. So we'll go ahead and stamp that using the Misty tool so it's nice and easy to position, and you can see how that kind of almost looks like a gingham kind of picnic tablecloth look. We're going to stamp the sentiment in some black licorice ink up in the corner, and I love how it looks kind of at an angle like that. I think it looks so super cute. And then we're going to use that stamp that's supposed to be the little cornflakes to look more like confetti. So we're going to be doing a mix of ink colors to create this really cool kind of party birthday feel. So we're going to stamp a bunch in red and then switch all of the different colors. And I like that these colors look just so happy and cheerful together. And you can see as you start to fill in that background how fun it is. I love stamping them off the edges, so it really looks like a nice continuous pattern. Now here we've gone ahead and colored some tacos. So we have a taco with a smiley face and then some tacos without. So you can kind of pick and choose if you want the smiley face or not. It looks super cute either way. Then we'll use some liquid glue to add the party hat and the candle to that cute little taco with the smiley face to make him a birthday taco, of course. And then we'll go ahead and start to form the card. So we're going to add those two tacos in the background with some liquid glue. It's because we want them to be nice and flat against the card. And then we're going to take this whole stitched rectangle and add some foam tape to the back of it and add that onto a card base. And I love the look of the white rectangle with the white card base around it. It looks really nice and clean and sharp. Next, we'll add the main birthday taco with some foam squares on the back so that it really pops out from the card, and we'll do the same things with the balloons too. And this card is all done, and it's so super cute. I love the awesome background and the cool tacos, and this would be the perfect birthday card for anybody who loves tacos. It's their favorite food, which it kind of is mine. So next up, we're going to be creating a magic picture changer with this taco, and it's going to be super fun because there's going to be the taco and then they're going to eat the taco. So the first thing we need to do is create some masks, and we're going to do that by stamping on some full stick Post-it notes. So this is a Post-it note that has the entire stickiness on the back. And we're going to cut right along the black lines of these stamped images. So we'll just cut right along there. And once I have them trimmed out, I like to take them and stick them to my stamp set for safekeeping. That way I can use it on this card and on cards in the future too. I've cut out the hat and the candle and the taco. I won't be using the candle this time, but I thought since I was cutting out my images, I would do all of them so that I'm ready to make a card in the future. So now that we have all of our masks done, we can start to do our stamping. So the first thing we're going to do is stamp our hat, and then we're going to add a little color to the hat. We're going to color it just like we did at the beginning in that fun rainbow order, and then we'll cover it up with the mask because we want it to look like the hat is on the taco. So we're going to cover it up with that mask, and then we'll go ahead and stamp our taco. Once we have that taco stamped, we're going to take our mask and layer it over the taco so that we can then stamp the candle so it looks like the candle has been tucked inside the taco. So we'll cover that right up and then we can stamp that candle on there and it's going to look so super cool. My favorite part is peeling up these masks and looking at the magic of masking. It really looks so cool. So now that we have those all stamped, we'll go ahead and add a cute little smiley face to the taco, and then we're going to go and color the taco just in the same way that we did at the beginning. Now to create a background for this taco, I'm going to be using a B000 marker, a nice light blue marker, and we're just going to go around the whole taco and just fill in the entire background. So I'll trace around him with the marker and then just scribble with my marker to fill in that entire background. Next, we need to stamp the second scene for the magic picture changer, and this is going to be one where the taco was eaten. So it's going to look like the candle and the hat kind of fell over. Now, to stamp the candle, we don't want the flame on there because the candle would have been blown out already. So I'm just going to selectively ink it so that I don't ink up the flame part and then stamp that onto my card base there. And you'll see how nice that's looking. We'll go ahead and add some color, and then we're going to fill in the background with that same light blue marker as we did before, just going around the images and then just scribbling to fill in the whole entire thing. I'm also going to use a white gel pen to add some shine marks onto the hat. So in the lighter area of the shading on the hat, we're just going to add a little mark with that white gel pen, and it really does make it look really 3D. So next up, we're going to take the larger die from the Magic Picture Changer. That's going to be our main pocket piece, and we're going to line our taco up in there, leaving a nice ground space, and you'll see how we're going to fill in that ground later. So I'm just going to center him right in there, and then we can hold it in place with some low-tack tape and run it through the die cut machine. Now that we have that piece all cut, we need to do the other one, and I want there to be the same amount of ground space. So I'm going to look at the taco and kind of see how much ground space there was, and then repeat the same thing so that the hat and the candle are going to be along the ground too. And you'll see what that ground is in just a second. So now we can pop that piece out of the die, and we can start to form the Magic Picture Changer. So we're going to take the larger pocket piece and we're going to fold down the center, and we're also going to fold along those tabs along the top and the bottom, and we're going to crease them with our bone folder so that they have a nice sharp crease. Then we're going to take out some 1/8 inch double-sided tape, and we're going to run that on the outside and the inside of both tabs for a total of 4 pieces of tape. So you'll see that we'll run it along the inside of each tab, and then we'll flip over the whole pocket piece and run it on those tabs there too. So you'll see there we've got tape on the outside and the inside of each tab. Once we have that tape down, we can flip our pocket piece over and we can secure down those tabs along the inside of this piece. And that's creating the track for our moving piece to move along in the inside of the card. Then we're going to take out our powder tool and we're going to run it along both of those tabs, removing any excess stickiness that might be there from the tape. And we're also going to put it all over those tab pieces and also the moving piece. And the reason for this is that powder really helps reduce the friction between the two pieces of paper, and it makes your card slide really, really nicely. So we're going to take that moving piece, and you'll see that there's 4 tab things there. I call them tabby thingies on the main piece, and then 4 slots here. So we're going to take that moving piece and we're going to insert it into the center of the pocket piece. We're then going to take that first tabby thingy and we're going to line it up with the first slot. So we're going to take the tab, line it up with the first slot, and we're going to feed it right into that slot, almost like a little basket weave. Then we'll do second tab, second slot, third tab, third slot, fourth tab, fourth slot. And that's it. Now we have a really cool moving piece. So now that that piece is in there perfectly, we want to make sure that it's nice and even between those 2 tabs that we adhered earlier. So we want it right between those tabs, but not touching either one of those tabs. Once we have that in perfect placement, we can remove the liner paper on both of those tabs and then shut the entire thing like a book, creating our whole moving mechanism. I want to decorate that tab. So we're going to take that moving piece die and we're going to die cut some mermaid cardstock, but we're only going to die cut the top part of it. And then we're just going to trim off that tab piece. Then we can add some adhesive to the back of that tab piece and line it up right over. So you can add any color to the tab to kind of decorate your card. And I really think that mermaid's going to look super pretty. The next thing we need to do is put our stopper on. So the stopper is really cool because it's decorative and that it tells the recipient what to do because it has an arrow on it, but it's also functional because it's going to keep your tab from sliding just all the way out the back of the card. So we're going to fold down the die line in the middle there that it creates for us, that score line, add some adhesive to the inside of the whole tab, and then we're going to line it up onto the tab moving piece and attach that right on there. And so now you can see it's got the arrow that tells the recipient what to do, and it stops the card and has that awesome movement. Now we're going to color in that arrow with some sunflower cardstock. So we're going to die cut that same piece, but just pop out the little arrow. We'll add a liquid glue right into the center, and we're going to inlay that die cut right in there. It's going to look really cool to have that bright yellow arrow that's going to kind of match our taco. We're going to decorate this with the Magic Picture Changer add-on die piece, and we're going to add some spiffy speckles paper, and there's a really pretty paper here that's got kind of these aqua speckles on it. I think it's going to be really nice, and it kind of goes along with all the dots on the taco too. So we're going to die cut that piece, and we're going to layer that on top. So to layer this, you want to put your adhesive from corner to corner in all four corners and on the short sides. You don't want to put adhesive anywhere else because that'll get in the way of the moving mechanism of the card. Now we can layer that right on top and you'll see how pretty that taco looks once it's nice and framed out. We're also going to take the frame that's in the original Magic Picture Changer die and die cut that from some fake tan cardstock. And I love how that frame looks around it. So we're going to stamp our sentiment and we're going to be doing some white heat embossing. So we're stamping in some nice clear sticky ink, and then we're going to add our white heat embossing powder and use the heat tool to heat it up so that we have a nice bright white shiny sentiment. So we'll do let's talk about and then your birthday at the bottom, and we'll repeat the same thing, adding some white heat embossing powder and then heating it up with the heat tool. And I love how gorgeous that looks, and it's a perfect place to put the sentiment. Here I have some wood grain cardstock, and we're going to die cut that same add-on piece. We're also going to be trimming down a piece of this paper. So we're going to trim down one that's a 1/2 inch tall. This is going to become the ground for the taco. So we're going to add some adhesive all around the back of that decorative frame. And then we're going to kind of layer it on top of the card and see exactly where that floor should be. So we're going to line up the floor with the bottom of the taco and then line up the frame and let the frame pick up that piece since we added some adhesive to the back of that frame. So we'll just push down and it's going to pick up that floor piece. Now we can pick up the entire thing and add a little more adhesive on the back of the floor. Trim off any excess of that floor wood grain piece, and then we can attach that decorative piece on top of the Magic Picture Changer. So this is a really cool way to add a floor without having to actually color it in so that the floor is the same on both scenes of your Magic Picture Changer, and it's not going to get in the way of the piece moving, which is really, really awesome. So you'll see there that that's looking just perfect. Now we need to extend the floor all the way across. So I die cut the add-on piece, and we're going to make some pencil lines lining up with that floor that we already put under the taco, and we're just going to put that right in the paper trimmer and trim off any excess. Then we can add some adhesive to the back of that piece and line it up, and it's going to look like it's continuous across the whole thing, even though that isn't. So that's going to be our little card making magic trick there. So we're going to lay that right on top, and you'll see how cool that looks. And I love the idea of outing a ground this way to all sorts of different scenes for the Magic Picture Changer. Now for that second scene, I wanted to add some crumbs, like as if the taco had been eaten, right? There would be crumbs all around. So we're going to use those same markers that we colored the taco in with and just do a bunch of little dots to look like crumbs. And today we're recreating a card by Megan. So thank you so much, Megan, for letting us recreate this card. We're also going to use a black pen to add two little curved lines on either side of the candle and the hat so that it looks like they just fell over, like they just moved. And I think that's a really cool little thing that Megan added to our card that I think looks awesome. Now to finish off the card base, we're going to be working with the fancy lattice backdrop, and we're going to die cut from some of the white wood grain paper, which is going to be a nice mix and match with that brown wood grain paper that we put on there. And we're going to also cut some mermaid cardstock and a card base standard size at 5.5 by 4.25, and we're going to layer all of these pieces together. So we're going to have the mermaid on there and then our white wood grain lattice piece. So we're going to add a bunch of liquid glue to the back and layer that on top, and you'll see just how gorgeous that looks. It's such a pretty background. To frame out our magic picture changer piece, we're going to layer that onto some sunflower cardstock, which I think really makes the taco pop. And then we're going to take that whole piece and add a bunch of foam squares to the back and layer that onto the card. Now to add some more decorations, we're going to take out two other stamp sets. We're going to take out a planner stamp set. So I love this Plan On It meal planning set because it's got all these cute little food items. It's really cute for people and critters to hold. So we're going to stamp out the taco from that, and we're also going to stamp out the cute little kids from Screen Time. So I've got some kids there. I've got more party hats from the taco set. They've also got little drinks that they're going to be drinking that comes from the Screen Time set, and those awesome tacos from the planner set. So we're going to layer all of these pieces with liquid glue, their little drinks and their hats, and they're at their taco themed birthday party, which I think is so super cute. We're going to add some foam squares to the back of the kids and the tacos and layer that right onto the card. And I really think that adds a really cute finishing touch and really goes along with this whole theme of the kids eating the tacos. So the taco's there and then the taco disappears. And so now you'll see the whole finished card and how fun this is. Oh my goodness, it just makes me laugh. And that ground that's permanently there looks so nice. It's so fun, so cool. I can't wait to make other cards like this with the ground overlaying over the magic picture changer. So next up, we're going to be making a nice, quick and easy card. This is the perfect, I forgot someone's birthday, I need to make something super quick card. And so we're going to be stamping, let's talk about your birthday again, which is so super cute. And we're going to be stamping that onto some black cardstock with some clear embossing ink and some white heat embossing powder. So we're going to stamp the About Your Birthday first. And we're going to do that by using a little piece of Post-it there to mask off the Let's Taco part. So that's really, really nice, is you can just use a Post-it to mask off parts of your sentiments to create a different look. So we're going to be stacking them a little bit differently this time. So now we can clean that off, and then we can selectively ink the Let's. Now we're going to be recreating a card by Elise, so we're going to be using her really cool technique of taking one sentiment from a whole sentiment and using die cut letters instead. So we're leaving the taco off and just stamping the Let's and About Your Birthday. So now that we've got those heated up and they're nice and shiny, we're going to trim them out in the paper trimmer right along the sides of both of the Let's and the About Your Birthday. Then we're going to take some stitch squares here, and we're going to be die cutting some of the really rainbow scallops paper. And so I really love that green scallop. It's so super cute, and it really kind of reminds me of a taco because it really kind of feels like lettuce. So it's so perfect for this card. So we're going to die cut a stitch square out of this, and then we can layer that right onto our white card base. Next, we're going to get the tacos all dressed up for their birthday, and we've also die cut the word taco from black licorice cardstock using Finley's ABCs. So we're going to add a liquid glue and give them their cute little party hats, which is just so adorable, and I love them in the yellow and green colors. It really goes along with the whole color scheme of the card. And then we're going to start to form the card and kind of see where everything should be placed. So we're going to lay everything out, and then we'll go ahead and attach things with foam squares and liquid glue. So now that everything's in perfect placement, we can start to attach those words down, and then also the Let's and the About Your Birthday and those cute little tacos. And so this is a super cute card. You can make a ton of them and have a bunch of birthday cards ready for people, or it would be a really great last minute card idea when you don't have a little time. So you can see how cute this is with the foam squares layered behind and how adorable those tacos look. And the little foam squares really just gives it some nice height and takes this simple card and makes it a little more special. And those little tacos are just the cutest things. This might be my favorite out of all the year sets. Year 9 just might be my favorite. Those tacos are just adorable. So now we have some incredible cards by the design team. And first up, we have this really cute card by Elena. And I love how she used that cool scalloped window. It looks amazing with the taco. Shari got super creative and used the little cool packaging grass that we have in our lawnfawn boxes when we send them out, and she used it as lettuce on her card, which is so awesome. Here's the card by Elise that inspired us to make ours today, and I love this card by Lynette. That paper in the background is so perfect to go with the taco. This is the card by Megan that inspired us to make the magic picture changer, and every time you pull this card, oh my goodness, it just makes me giggle. And then this card by Megan is so cool. I love all of her cool characters, and that sloth holding the taco is just too much. Here, I love this circle-shaped card by Nicole. It's so fun, and I love how she included the piñata from another one of our year sets. It's so sweet. And then this card by Kay is just gorgeous. I love that bright red scallop circle. So I can't wait to see what you guys do with year 9, so make sure to share it with us. Thank you so much for watching today, and have an absolutely amazing day. Bye!